Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered Platinum was bloody nostalgic. I commend Virtuous's effort on breathing life back into this old masterpiece. But before I get into all of that, welcome all, returning and new alike. Zetsu here, and would you believe me if I told you Oblivion was the game that got me into RPGs? Back as a wee kid, I still remember the old adage, 2 worlds 2, the Oblivion killer, my mates used to say. They couldn't have been any more wrong. However, join me on this adventure and let me show you why. Tackling this platinum, we'll break it down into the main story and the guild quests collectively. From the arena, the fighters, the mages, thieves and dark brotherhood, but most importantly it will be an organic run with my years of experience. This video will be a tad bit longer, so without further ado, let's see how good a job Virtuous has done revamping Bethesda's timeless classic. This video will contain story spoilers, so viewers' discretion is advised.
Hours of my life.
Here we start the game with the classic cutscene revamped in Unreal Engine 5, with the plots established, and we find ourselves a prisoner in the Imperial City prison, and wow, graphically speechless to say the least. But after faffing about for a while, I eventually finished my character with my totally original name, and we set off on our escape. Uriel Septim stares me down.
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams.
And we stalk them out into the tutorial section.
Protect yourself.
He will learn the mechanics and meet back up with the Emperor.
It's that prisoner again. Kill her.
Pick my birth sign before he tasks us with searching for his illegitimate son.
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants.
God. Stranger.
After I put my class, a custom melee build and set off for escape after defeating several mobs along the way. My first trophy escaped the Imperial sewers. At this point I was giddy like a child, so I beelined it to the nearby ruins known as Vilverin and tested out my new character against some vagrant bandits.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
After I raided the ruins, I made my way through killing skellies. I then grabbed the Vala Stone, killed the Necromancer and flee back into the world. Tasked with finding Martin, we arrive at Wayne Priory to deliver the new Amulet of Kings, but instead find Joffrey.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
He mentions Martin's whereabouts, and thus, on my way to Kvatch. You have to love fast travel in Oblivion.
Come on, run while there's still time.
Once there, she goes down at the encampment, so we make our way to the top to be stopped by Salvian Matthias.
Stand back, civilian.
However, I join him in his charge into the Oblivion Gate. Once in, I save and speak to Vanius.
Thank the Nine. I never thought I'd see another friendly face.
I swear the zoom-ins are even crazier in the remastered version. Send him back
There, all right.
and progress on throughout the Oblivion maze until I find the entrance to the tower portal to the Blood Feast. Here from muscle memory, I beeline it to the top, killing all the enemies along the way. Kill the Guardian to get the key.
Quickly, 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 there's no time. You must get to the top of the large tower.
And remove the Sigil Stone from the Oblivion Gate. Here, this is where I get the next trophy, closed an Oblivion Gate. We push on with Savilian Matthias and save the rest of Kvatch.
You closed the gate. I knew you could do it. This is our chance to launch a counterattack.
In which I find Martin holed up in the chapel of Akatosh. We inform him of the news and he follows us.
I heard about how you helped the guard drive the Daedra back. Well done.
Although not intendedly through all the fighting and bloodshed until Kvatch is cleared, and we find the Count dead in his chambers.
Did you find the Count's ring? At least, this is safe.
We return to Wayne Priory.
Help! You must help! They're killing everyone at Wayne Priory.
And the screen keeps doing that thing again. Attacked by Mithridorn cultists and help defend the oncoming scourge. Joffrey informs us they've stolen the Amulet of Kings.
They've taken it. The Amulet of Kings is gone.
We retreat to Cloud Ruler Temple.
This is the Emperor's son, Martin Septim.
My lord,
Welcome to Cloud Ruler Temple.
At this point I needed to improve my sword stats, so I ventured down to Imperial City to join the arena. And courtesy of Owen, here is where I obtained the Pit Dog trophy.
You what? You want to be a combatant? Look at you! My granny could beat you, and she's dead! Now let me give you your battle raiment. It's the uniform of... Here, wear it proudly, and keep it in good condition, would you?
Now working my way up to be the very best that no one ever was, I wore my heavy arena raiment and went to bludgeon my first Pit Dog victim.
All right, Mac.
Good people of the Imperial City.
Victorious, I get some gold from Owen and request another fight, though at this point I reached level 5. And speaking about leveling up, I'm still in the middle of my Kingdom Come 2 run, adventuring with Mutt and good old Henry. However, it's one hell of a long game, so stay tuned for that. Like, I'm not even at Simeon's wedding yet. Alright, back to the video. I continue the slaughter for levels until I reach the final of the Pit Dog fights to obtain the Brawler rank.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're no longer a Pit Dog. That's right. You've actually advanced in rank. Congratulations, Brawler.
Skipping ahead, in order to advance to Bloodletter, I needed to do several more fights, which brought me to face off against an axe-wielding Khajiit.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
That fight was somewhat harder, but no doubt I pulled through, and after, speaking to Owen, I get Bloodletter.
Okay, so you can fight. Your new title is Bloodletter. You're getting into the real game now, kid.
My last fight hammered my potion, so I went to restock in the Imperial City District, hella expensive early game, no exploits of course, and returned to grind my way to Martyrdom rank by defeating the yellow team's Bloodletter Dark Elf.
Good people, we have a winner.
Good work, Bloodletter, or should I say Myrmidon. That's right, you've risen in rank.
In quick succession, I went off against the Martyrdom heavy raiment axed armed orc of the yellow team. This guy wasn't too bad, but low-key frustrating to fight. I realised the hitbox range was slightly misleading, especially when it does damage. However, I of course beat the geezer and get 250 golds, as well as acquire my new rank of warrior.
There are a few things scarier than an orc with an axe.
After beating the yellow team Nord, my blade mastery increased, and I fight a glass-wielding two-handed orc.
What's the matter? Getting tired?
This fight was awkward at best, but luckily my restoration mastery improved. But when you spend more time in the menus looking for healing potions, you know things are getting rough.
Good people.
Once I meet up with Owen, I obtain Gladiator rank.
You hit that orc so hard, her mother in Orsinium started bleeding. That victory advances you to the rank of Gladiator.
The next lineup's having to fight against 3 enemies, which was pretty shitty. A scramble fest to say the least. I had to use my bow an arrow halfway through because they pummel me too much. However, I win.
We have a winner.
And get my dues from Owen once again.
The yellow team surprised even me with that match.
I sleep and ascend to level 8. Oblivion does that camera thing again, and I get a random visit by a dude known as Lucien Lachente of the Dark Brotherhood.
You sleep rather soundly for a murderer.
He gives me a quest to kill someone at Omen Inn. Beautiful name, by the way. However, more on him later. We advance more of the main story quests after having done Brachus' stuff.
Listen, I'm going to get up in a minute and walk out of here. That guy in the corner behind me will follow me.
And asked to obtain 4 volumes of Mysterium Xerxes by Tarmina from the Imperial City Arcane University.
Ah, yes. Commentaries on the Mysterium Xerxes. Wonderful.
We return to the arena for the last fight against a Breton for hero rank.
By defeating that Breton, you've secured your advancement. It's been a long time since I've said this, but congratulations, hero.
This last fight for champion was a joint fight, 3v2, but mind you I had pork chops on my side, and surprisingly halfway through the fight I learned he hits like a truck too. So I just focus on defense somewhat and let him DPS.
By Shinji, we have a new champion!
I return to Owen and become crowned champion rank.
You did it. You beat them, every last one. Do you know how long it will take for the yellow team to recover from this?
So for the final arc of this arena questline, we are expected to face off against the fabled Grey Prince. Before, I had done his questline where we had to find out he was half vampire from a raiding of a fort and extracting a vampire's journal. However, this one does end on a bittersweet note.
Please, just kill me.
After we defeat the Grey Prince, we're given Grand Champion.
You're the Grand Champion. I saw your fight against the Grey Prince. You're the best. Can I follow you around? I won't get in the way.
After the arena workout, and with more levels under my belt, I set off to tackle some of the main story questline. The Path of Dawn.
You can only get Volume 4 directly from a member of the Mythic Dawn.
After I acquire all 4 volumes of the Mysterium Arxes, I ventured to Lake Arius Cavern for the meeting, but technically the quest hadn't started properly. My years of muscle memory got the better of me here.
Dawn is breaking,
as I needed to figure out the puzzle beforehand. So I returned to the Imperial City and ran around cluelessly until Google gave me aid to an otherwise lazy gamer. I figured out from my inquiry that I had to go to the Imperial City Palace and wait outside the tomb of Prince Camaril at noon, give or take, and the hidden path will reveal itself. From this I get the trophy related to locate the Shrine of Dagon. I returned to Lake Arius Cavern, weapons drawn, and bulldoze my way through until Manka Cameron makes his escape. I grabbed the book he left, Mehrunes Dagon, and returned to Cloudwood Temple to deliver the news to Joffrey and Martin.
Ah, you're back. I told Joffrey not to worry. I can see you've had...
By the 9, such a thing is dangerous even to handle.
At this point, I think it's time to join the Fighters Guild, so I go to Anvil and speak to Azan to become an associate.
The Fighters Guild is always Are you interested in... Fine. You are now an associate in the Fighters Guild.
Within the guild, I'm required to do many tasks, where my first tasked me with clearing out mountain lions from someone's basement, attacking giant rats. First time I killed them all, muscle memory again, eh?
My rats are all dead.
But later, more mountain lions show up, and once investigated further, an Argonian is baiting her house with meat every night. Confront her.
Mountain lions?
Well, we didn't grass her up because, you know, free athletic lessons are always welcome. I returned to Azan for the rank of apprentice.
You've done well.
Exhausting all my tasks in Anvil, I'm told to go to Shadenall to assist Grokash.
You here looking for work, meat?
He tells me to go to the Desolate Mines to deliver weapons. Once arrived, I deliver the goods.
You must be the Goodbye.
And we clear the mine of goblins, return and obtain my reward for Grokash, as well as a rank advancement to Journeyman.
Looks like...
The Drunken Disorderly is the next mission before Swordman rank. Given by Morden of Coral's branch, I'm required to venture and resolve a drunken spat within Leyland's 5 Claws Lodge. With the Blackwood Company taking at work, I ask the innkeeper, who informs me of someone called Margate.
Try Margart.
He won't trust me until I give her 10 ectoplasms.
Well met.
Thus I go to Coral's chapel, kill some ghosties, and return.
Have you found me ectoplasm?
For the quest to be complete after informing the drunkards in the inn.
Find ingredients from our guard, huh? Works for me.
I return to Morden for Swordman rank.
I'm looking for results from you. What have you found out? You have achieved the rank of Swordsman of the Fighters Guild. I don't have anything for you right now. Speak with Azan or Grokash.
Moving along, Azan informs me of the next task involving thieves, and Magla joins the fray.
Oh, it's you.
So we venture to Anvil's docks. I get attacked by Mythic Dawn boyos along the way, but finds Newhound Portly for a brief.
Aye, I know about those scum. Rotten bastards robbed me blind, they did.
I figure out they're held up in Rota Cave and go pay them a visit. Behind a rock wall, I start swinging, but Magala gets caught in the crosshairs, but we keep swinging anyways. Returning gives rise to the next quest, which will give me Protector rank. Rocknash informs me to resolve a debt in Water's Edge settlement regarding Bien.
It's from Biena Amelian at the Water's Edge settlement. Haul your carcass to that settlement, meat.
I arrive and speak to her.
Hello, you must be from the Fighters Guild.
Pay it off.
Are you certain? I'm so grateful.
And return for my glorious reward.
You're due for advancement. I hereby name you Protector of the Fighters Guild.
As the plot thickens with the Blackwood Company, Maglia abdicates the guild.
Defaulted? That all you talk about? I'm Blackwood Company now.
And Morden is furious.
The little bastard! Stop staring at me.
However, the next mission is regarding Aerie of the Mages Guild. He tasks us with obtaining imp goals, which I make quick work of at Robbers Glen Cave. I must say I forgot how much variety Oblivion had to this day. Once all 10 imp goals are collected, I hand them back to Aerie and return to Morden to bestow me the rank Defender.
Your service to the guild has not gone unnoticed. Henceforth, you will carry the rank of Defender. Bear the title proudly.
The next mission is given in secrecy by Mordwin. He's been snooping around the Blackwood Company's dealings and smells something fishy.
Good, you're here. We've got duties to attend to.
So I join him at Apernia. There we find traps, but I can't lie, I got lost here for like an hour, dying to some green smoke at the end, until I realise you aren't even meant to explore this, and I missed the prompt. His suspicions turn out to be true.
Nothing. I knew it.
And we make our way to Aetatar. I make easy work of the enemies and even easier work of Azani Blackheart. I get the ring for proof, and Morden gives me Warder rank.
Your accomplishments are impressive. Because of this, I bestow upon you the rank of Warder of the Fighters Guild.
Towards the end of the next rank, Grokash gives me a contract to find fugitives. However, I first leveled up after sleeping and reached level 13. With strength and speed maxed, I work on endurance and agility. Though, back on track, I find myself at a Bloodmane cave after some light investigation in town. Here I clear them out rather easily and receive my new Sparkly Guardian rank.
You've been doing a good job, and under a lot of scrutiny. I've been authorized to promote you to the rank of Guardian. Good work.
To skip ahead a little, I find myself in Nibene Basin on a contract from Grokash to clear out trolls. This was kind of a bollock mission, as it took me way longer than it should have, but I'm successful, of course, and return after clearing all the missions on the books for champion rank.
Good work and good luck.
Morden plots to bring the Black Company down by capturing an Argonian mage in Glade Mist Cave, and of course off we go. Entering, this place is filled to the gills with company men who for me, so far, has had some of the best gear in the game. They all sold for a fortune. End of the cave, I find the man in person and take him in for questioning.
Fine, fine, I'll come with you.
Morden tells me to give him a serving of fisticuffs.
I'm on your side!
And he starts to spill the beans.
Pay for it.
Commits suicide. Mordwin wants more information. In other words, infiltration is required. Therefore, I infiltrate the Black Company, but I find out by using his sap.
This? Why, it is a gift from the swamps of Argonia.
Which causes me to go berserk, waking up in Morden's cabin.
Good. You're finally awake.
Morden gives me the ultimatum to raid and destroy the company, and once it's all done, I report to Valena Danton. He gives me the Master of the Fighters Guild.
I am hereby naming you Master of the Fighters Guild, effective immediately. The guild has passed me by. You are its future. Take your responsibilities seriously. I wish you luck. You still have many duties to perform.
Greetings to you.
Alright, so after that, it's time for the Mage's Guild trophies. I speak to Carahill, who simply grants me associate rank.
All right then.
You're now an associate of the MAGE'S Guild. Congratulations.
However, she states that I first must get a recommendation from every guild hall in Cyrodiil before I can gain access to the Imperial City's Arcane University. These missions were fairly simple, but skipping ahead and speaking to the back of Raminus Podus' head, I get apprentice.
I have received recommendations from all the local guild halls in Cyrodiil. You've done as a full-fledged... Take a moment and try it on.
In my initiation quest, I'm told to go and get staff made from wood at Wellspring Cave. Once arrived, necromancers ransack the place, and the mages, Eleta and Zaharasha, are dead. I do my usual and hack and slash my way through their ambush, get the wood for the staff, and return to Raminus to inform him of what happened. Here, I become a journeyman mage.
You now qualify for the rank of journeyman. May you wear your rank well.
Raminus tells me to go visit the Count of Skingrad, which I request his audience from his steward.
Are you today?
Yes, the Mages Guild, you say?
Moments later, he tells me the Count wishes to see me, but not here.
You there. I have an update for you.
So I wait outside of the rendezvous point. This random dude turns up.
Over here! Leave me alone. I can't talk right now.
But then the steward does also.
Just in time, Mage. We've been waiting for you.
He gets aggressive, and then I watch the game do Oblivion things again.
Goodbye. You impossible fool.
The Count returns and mocks me, weirdly, after I return to Raminus, in which I get the rank Evoker.
Your services to the guild have not gone unnoticed.
The Mages Guild missions are much shorter, but in order for me to acquire a conjuring rank, I must first do a mission for Erlav Jarl. He sends me to the Vatterson in order to check Skalil. Stuck, I aid in solving the puzzle.
This is a restricted area. You have business.
In which you have to use a fire, frost, magicka damage, and fortify magicka in that order to open the passage. I clear the faded wraiths and get the magic artifact. I return to the academy to inform Erlav. Raminus does the honours.
You become more valuable to the guild with each passing day.
A little later on, I find myself in the Dark Fisher Cave and find evidence of necromancers creating black soul gems. I return to Raminus to deliver the news. Here I get rank Magician.
Guild members shall now address you as Magician. Congratulations.
At this rank, we take orders directly from Hannibal, Traven, the arch-mage himself. He tells me to make sure Musianus is safe at the ruins, Nenyard, Twills, due to heightened necromancer activity. A battle mage helps us along the way, though we find him way into the ruins already turned. We report back to Hannibal the bad news.
What? By the 9.
And Raminus once again advances me to Warlock. Hannibal sends me to make sure Jane is alright in Bruma, but once arrived we get a gruesome welcoming. The guild house is on fire, and once all the wraiths have been cleared, I defeat the necromancer.
What have we here? A visitor? I'm afraid you've missed the party.
We find Jaskar hidden in the room's corner. I learn that the King of Worms was here, but Jean is found dead. I find Hannibal once back, and Raminus advances me to Wizard.
Truly, you are an asset to the guild.
Crazy how the Archmage couldn't do it. Along the way, my blade mastery increased to expert. And once I arrive at Fort Antos, it's eerily quiet. I'm told Karania wants to talk to me. Clearly a setup.
What are you doing here? Well, Karanya will want to talk to you.
You know, I don't answer to Traven.
I defeat her and work my way through the hordes of enemies after obtaining the Necromancer's amulet. I return and speak to Raminus for an advancement to Master Wizard.
I can truly consider you an equal, and you have my congratulations and my thanks.
After the siege and attack upon the Necromancer's stronghold, I speak with Hannibal, who gives me a gem to resist the urges of the King of Worms, and dies. I then make my way to Echo Cave and find my way in until a man himself shows up, hidden at the back end of the cave.
I see Bolor was unsuccessful in delaying you.
He says a few lasting words and I take him out as well as take his staff and robes. I return to Rominus where he gives me the arch-mage rank.
Arch-mage, you have returned.
And thus completes the Mage's Guild's set of questlines. So moving on, we find ourselves at the Imperial waterfront after bribing a beggar in Brotherhood. Here I'm greeted by Armand, Christophe and 2 other recruits are given a test to prove themselves into joining the Thieves Guild.
Everyone is here, let's begin.
We have to steal a diary before sunrise and off we go.
I'll have it before sunrise.
Mifredel knows where it is, so I just follow her. Sneak past her and yoink it right out from underneath her nose. I return and given pickpocket rank within the guild.
Congratulations! You now owe your loyalty to our guildmaster, the Grey Fox. He has 3 rules you must follow. First, never steal from another member of the guild.
During the Thieves Guild, I must fence at least 50 gold for the next mission. Easily achieved. I'm tasked with stealing Hieronymus Lex's tax collection from within his chamber.
Find out where he's keeping the taxes and bring them to me.
Which turned out to be somewhat awkward, but I persevere and come out on top. After, I reach footpad rank.
I think it's time to promote you to footpad. Congratulations on your new guild rank.
The fencing amount this time was 100 gold, which unlocked the mission to steal a unique statue from the Shadeno's chapel.
Thief! You won't get away with this!
After the deed is done, I return to the Imperial City waterfront, crawling with Imperial guards.
Can you tell me where Armand Christophe is hiding?
I wait in Mifredel's home until she appears, informs me how it was a setup,
Thank goodness I found you.
and to place the statue into an accuser's home. I place it and call for Lex and watch it play out. Armand appears later that night and my rank improves to bandit.
Good work.
My next mission was to steal back a ring from the Count of Lewin.
Speak with Adaji and help her find her ring.
But first I had to speak to Adaji, who informed me that only the jailed Argonian knows of its location.
Why does the prey approach me?
So I'm on my way into prison, speak to him, and it turns out it was Amuse from the guild recruitment quest.
What do you want?
He tells me what I need to know when I leave him with a lockpick for his efforts. I then speak to Hildara, the Countess's maid, and make my plan of attack.
The Countess has a secret passage somewhere.
This whole bit kinda glitched out for me. I find a secret passageway and nab the ring, progressing the mission. I return to Ardagi and give her the ring, get attacked by more Mythic Dawn bios along the way, and speak to Skriva, a Valoni suitor, for the promotion to Prowler rank.
I am promoting you.
Skriva notifies me that Hieronymus Lex has invaded the Imperial waterfront and it's my task to divert his attention. I meet with Mifredel
It's good to see you.
and she devises that I steal an ice staff from the Mage's Guild, Arch-Mage's nightstand. Little does she know, I'm the Arch-Mage, easy as pie. I'm waiting to see Lex's retreat.
All right, men. We've been ordered back to our posts. I smell the dirty hand of the Grey Fox behind this.
I then plant the staff in Ontus's bedroom and collect my reward and rank from Skriva. After finding out that Tyrannius is dead in the previous mission, it's about time I stop Hieronymus Lex. Skriva tells me to swap the command list with a forged one to remove him from his position at the Imperial City Watch. Sneak into Darahill's office and swap the list of candidates from her desk.
I think you should leave.
I get caught, who cares, win the fine is 5 gold.
Put that back, you worthless thief.
And then seconds later I'm on my way to the Master Forger. In an abandoned house he lies, the stranger.
What do you want?
I give him 24 hours and return to a forged document in which I take to the Imperial Legion's office to get the seal. I then returned to Anvil to deliver the letter to Countess Milona Umbronox, and returned to Lex.
You look familiar.
Oh, if only he knew. Inform him of the new guard captain and make the Screever and my newly acquired Shadow Foot rank.
Well done, Hunter. Hieronymus, that you are being promoted to...
At this level within the guild, I take missions directly from the Grey Fox, and he tasks me with obtaining the Arrow of Extrication. This takes us all the way to Castle Breville and Fathus' chamber, where we attempt to steal it and find a secret passage that leads into a secret compartment from within his room. Strangely, this leads us into a series of enemy gauntlets through the corridors until I get ultimately lost and drowned several times in the process. I finally figure out where to go and the arrow at the said location, found in a chest. I return back, get attacked by more Myrmidon lunatics, and hand in the quest to the Grey Fox for Master Thief rank. I'm given my last quest by the Grey Fox. I don't remember ever doing this back in the day, the ultimate heist.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace.
He wants me to steal the Elder Scrolls, the very thing the game is named upon. However, this has us venture into the Imperial City sewers, which leads me into an ancient room beneath the city. After beating endless amounts of wraiths and skellies, I find myself in a grand hall, where I'm meant to shoot the Arrow of Extrication at the crystal, which spawns these two enemies which are kinda glitched out for me weirdly. After I enter the Imperial Guard headquarters, to my shock, and I sneak all the way around and enter the hall of blind monks, which gave me an extract of the Elder Scroll itself.
Celia Cameron, I present to you the Elder Scroll you requested.
After many attempts to try to sneak past this next part, I simply just leg it until I find where I'm meant to be and then jump down the chimney chute of Akato's bedroom wearing Jack Springheel's boots to cushion my fall. And then escape like there's no tomorrow. Once cleared, I present the scroll.
You're back. Have a seat. You have the scroll. I can hardly believe it.
To the Grey Fox, who tells me to show a ring to Countess Milona. Following orders, I do just that.
This ring belonged to my husband. He's been missing for over 10 years.
And then a stranger appears.
By the power of the Elder Scrolls, I name Emmer Deriloth as the true thief of Nocturnal's Cow.
At this point, I become the Grey Fox and become Guildmaster of the Thieves Guild.
You are the new Guildmaster of the Thieves Guild.
What a solid finish, and probably one of the better guild endings in Oblivion in my opinion. So now, it's time to delve into the Dark Brotherhood and remember the dude Lucien from before. This is where his questline begins. I'm told to kill Rufio at Omen Inn with the Blade of Woe. Finding him was easy and doing the deed also, despite it being a little unsavoury. However, shortly after, the man himself appears behind me.
So, the deed is done.
And from that, grants me entry into the Dark Brotherhood.
We must now take our...
Once in the guild, my next mission was given by Vicente Valtieri, a vampire dude who tells me to kill Balin in Bruma.
I trust you've already spoken with Ochiva. I am Vicente Valtieri. I provide assignments for all new family members.
I travel all the way there and set up shop and investigate the crawl space. But me being me, I just couldn't there and then, as getting extra gold at this point in the game served little purpose. Once the deed was done, I returned to our vampire friend for my reward and advancement into rank of Slayer.
Bainlin is dead, yes, but you did not fulfill the contract precisely as directed.
Get away from me.
This quest is cool in particular as it harkens back to the start of the game.
The gods are coming. For you.
Vicente tells me that the annoying prisoner from the start of the game needs to be sorted out, so I go through the sewers to his cell. One thing I didn't realise is that the Imperial Guards roam down there, and of course, compromise, I just leg it. Pitlocking any door proves no challenge for one who had completed the Thieves Guild and bought hundreds of pitlocks from my fences, so I just spammed the lock, did the deed.
The Night Mother! No!
And paid the fine, and saving me having to backtrack.
That's two, Pat. Okay.
You gotta love loopholes. Once out, I hand in the quest. However, much later on, I do get the Eliminator rank.
Complication. Ah, so Mortieri has escaped. Well done.
The Achiever becomes my new mission giver, and she informs me that I must slay Adamus, the Imperial Guard's retiree.
Well done. As long as the arrow hits Philida, he will die.
So I venture down to Leywyn and find the dude bathing in a lake. Well, I think that's what he's doing. I go stealth and wait to become hidden and shoot the arrow into the geezer taking a dip. I go up and loot his finger. But I randomly get attacked by his bodyguards, though they quickly yield, and I get a random compliment.
You look like someone who's comfortable in heavy armor.
After I go to the Imperial City office and plant the finger on the desk. Upon returning, Uchiba gives me assassin rank.
Adamus Philida is dead. I could feel my heart swell with the Night Mother's love.
Here, the plot thickens and I'm told there's a mole within the Dark Brotherhood. And now, I'm to work for the Black Hand directly.
I have been waiting for you. The Black Hand has learned that the Dark Brotherhood has been infiltrated.
I'm to purify the sanctuary of all its inhabitants, which was surprisingly easy, but unsettling to say the least. And then I return to Lucien, who awards me with the Silencer rank within the guild. Also given a series of assassination quests from Dropbox locations, which have me killing seemingly random targets until the plot thickens and I'm confronted with an angry Lucien, informing me that I've been killing on behalf of someone else.
No! No! What have you done?
He tells me to find this individual, though leads me to the traitor's lair where he's not present. I return to Apple Watch, where I am greeted by Aquina. She informs me that Lucien is no more.
Silencer, at last you've arrived.
And bestows me the rank Speaker. And thus, this brings me to the final quest of the Dark Brotherhood. She tells me there's to be a ritual at 3 AM, so of course I'll wait around for the party. We teleport to Breville and watch the ritual take place, and once it's over, enter the Night Mother's lair.
Unholy matron, we of the Black Hand beseech you, reveal yourself now, most magnificent Night Mother, so that we may seek your guidance.
Inside, the plot thickens, and the traitor was within our midst.
Enough. Enough of this. You will all suffer for the pain you have caused me.
Once victorious, the Night Mother bestows me the Listener rank, the highest honour within the guild, and thus this concludes the Dark Brotherhood questline. Back on the beaten path, we progress the main story with Martin Septon and the Daedric artifacts that he desires. However, for that quest of obtaining Azura's Star and artifacts I've been using and capturing souls with, I do another Daedric quest for an item not so important, Shay Gorath's. I venture to his shrine after getting the random item he requests and call for an audience.
Another mortal dares to summon me, and already I'm...
While he speaks, a random will-o-wisp, or whatever it's called, goes on a murder streak where I'm incapacitated, but seeing the headache unfold before my eyes, I flee for Border Watch.
Its scent is unfamiliar.
Here I fulfill the prophecy by stealing the stinky cheese and bringing the rats.
No time to talk.
I also poison the sheep, and then dogs randomly rain from the sky. I then return to the shrine to still see the chaos unfolding, to hand in the quest for Shagoric's Daedric item, the Wabberjack.
Take this. It's a fun little toy. Now go away before I kill you.
I bring it and you receive a trophy for delivering the Daedric artifact.
Good riddance to this tool of mischief.
Martin informs me I must retrieve the ancient armour Tiber Septim from Sancre Tor and the great Welkin stone from Miss Karkand, in which I do both. I return and then inform the Countess of Bruma of the challenges thou soon face. She asks me to close an Oblivion gate outside her walls. I enter and eventually close the gate to return and inform her of the news. We then meet at the chapel for a final confirmation.
Bird, deploy the troops for battle.
As you command, Countess.
And take our walk with Bruma. Outside, we line up for the final battle. Martin says a few lines of encouragement.
Soldiers of Cyrodiil, the Empire will stand or fall by what we do here today.
And the battle ensues. We ward off many enemies until the main force arrives, and the mythic Dawn opens a great gate which I must obtain the great sigil stone from within. And inside this Oblivion gate, it proves to be the most different of them all. However, being a pro at this, I make my way to where the Great Sigil Stone is most likely being held. I make my way up the tower and remove the stone in record time. Here I get the trophy for destroying the Great Gate. After the dust has settled, we return to Cloud Ruler Temple for Martin to open the portal to Mankan Cameron's paradise.
I have everything in place for the ritual. Farewell, my friend. Our fate is in your hands. Brace yourself.
We enter and find ourselves in an idyllic world with hostile enemies. However, my purpose wasn't them, but Mankan Cameron. Up ahead, we find the guy responsible for the siege of Kvatch.
Our clan sacked your city of Kvatch.
And we battle it out and I loot the hands of the Chosen from his dead body. I enter the cave and wear the Hand of the Chosen in order to get deeper access into the cave. Here I find another individual. He joins me and we make our way to Mankan Cameron, sitting on his throne.
I have waited a long time for you, champion of old Tamriel. You came for the amulet? Take it then.
However, the dude's not the hardest to fight and we defeat him, and I grab the Amulet of Kings, his staff and escape.
You found a way back. Does this mean... You did it. You defeated him.
Turning, I speak to Martin, who informs me they should go to the Imperial Palace for him to be anointed as the rightful heir. And once arrived to light the dragonfires, we're interrupted.
Martin Septim, on behalf of the Elder Council, I accept your claim to the Imperial...
Chancellor Okado, the city is under attack. Oblivion gates have opened and Daedra are inside the walls.
Outside, Mehrunes Dagon invades in a last-ditch attempt to prevent the dragonfires from being lit. Here we enter the Temple of the One, where we get a cutscene and the game unfolds with its conclusion. Here, I get the Champion of Cyrodiil and the Platinum Trophy.
The last of the Septims passes now into history. I go gladly, for I know my sacrifice is not in vain. I take my place with my father and my father's fathers. The third age has ended.
Alright peeps, this video was a long one, right? This is way longer than I had anticipated, coming in at over like 5,000 words. But it was a labour of love to say the least. Originally I was going to do juveniles too, but you know, that would just made this video even longer. So if it's something you're interested in, let us know. I'll definitely want to be doing that. We'll be doing that off camera on. But if you're about, I'd say if you've played this before, you could probably achieve the platinum in about 35 hours like me. However, regardless of how long it takes you, Oblivion is like one of those games that really did make me realise why I'm such a fan of RPGs. Virtuous really did a solid job on this one, though I do wonder what it would be like if they remade Morrowind, updated the combat and overlaid it with the Unreal Engine 5. Now that would be a game I'd be more than willing to get my hands into. However, as a Bethesda fan, I cannot wait for when Fallout 3, New Vegas or even Skyrim in the near future is redone. But if you're still watching this and you crave another wild adventure, then check out this video next.